If you're looking to calculate how to check results of an A/B test and all about it, watch this video till the end. You can also download this template. Just follow the instructions given in the description box below. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share what A/B testing is, how to calculate it using Excel, and what are some of the common mistakes to avoid. A/B test or split test is something marketers use to identify the most effective elements of a campaign and thus optimize marketing efforts. In essence, it is the process of showing two variants of the same content to different segments and comparing which variant drives more conversions. There are various reasons why we do an A/B testing. A few of them include solving visitor pain points, increasing website conversions or leads, or decreasing the bounce rate. Some of the common examples that you would have seen as a consumer might be of Netflix. Take for instance the show The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. There were at least 6 different thumbnails visible across different users. Another example is of movie recommendations based on your user history. So if you've watched movies like Serendipity and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, you would have seen this poster of Good Will Hunting. And if you saw Zoolander or Anger Management, you would have seen this poster. Now there are two parts to this test: control and treatment. Control is the version that is currently being used, and treatment refers to the new or modified version. Now, what are the common elements of a web content which can be tested? Well, this would depend upon the conversion funnel of a website. The idea is to maximize the potential of each element by optimization. Your goal of A/B test will be determined by which stage your consumer is in the funnel. Understanding your funnel can help you find the holes in the places where prospects drop out and never convert. If you don't understand your sales funnel, you cannot optimize it. I would explain this funnel sometime later in detail with an example, but just know that the journey starts from awareness and ends at purchase for basics. There are steps beyond this, like post-purchase, loyalty, and advocacy, but this funnel is the basic one which is widely used. Now from this, we have 6 key elements that we can change. The headline or write-up, usually the topmost text which catches the eye of the potential customer. Then comes design and layout, which controls how the website is going to look to an observer. Third is the media content used, primarily the pictures, videos, and sounds used on the website. Then comes testimonials in the form of credentials of the existing customers or awards and recognitions from competent authorities. Next, the most important aspect is the call to action. This decides your expectation from the potential customer. Whether you want them to subscribe to the newsletter, buy a subscription, or donate will depend upon the CTA provided. The number of successful CTA will decide the conversion ratio ideally. And last is the navigation. It is how easily and quickly can someone reach the CTA. One example that comes to my mind is of Ola and Uber. Both of them allow booking cabs, but have you noticed that Uber takes 3 steps to book a cab, whereas Ola took 5 steps? Now recently Ola has changed its interface to 3 steps as well. But for the longest time, Uber was ahead on convenience and psychologically the preferred choice of ride hailing apps. There are 4 basic requirements of an A/B test. First, you need a hypothesis which is based on existing dataset. For example, by changing image A on the web page into image B, we can get more clicks to our payment page and increase revenue. The null hypothesis is that there is no significant difference between the control and treatment groups, and the alternate hypothesis states that there is a significant difference between control and treatment groups. Second is the metric which will be used to measure the above hypothesis, for example, conversion of the call to action. Third is data which needs to be collected for the experiment. And last is the statistical analysis for the results. So let's see a practical of how it's done. This sheet is inspired by an article from HubSpot where they have used this template. I've tried to simplify the template and add some automation to it. So I'll demonstrate with an example from Guy Kawasaki, who did an experiment on sharing links on LinkedIn. He wanted to test if you share a link in the comments, the engagement on the post increases. and it is an indicator on to how LinkedIn suppresses external links. So variation A is the control, which is the current form of sharing links. Variation B is the treatment, where the link is shared in the comments. These data points highlighted in the yellow were observed. Initially, the post was viewed by 49,256 accounts, and 169 accounts engaged with the post through a like. And in the treatment phase, 1,58,424 accounts viewed the post and 660 of them engaged. The step 2 automatically calculates the conversion ratio in both of these scenarios along with the standard error. Now you can choose the confidence interval you desire for the experiment. For instance, I've chosen 90 and 95%, but you can change this to 99% as well. And that's it. The final outcome will be calculated in step 5 or the result cell. If you want to dig deeper, you can have a look at the z-score and the p-value, which is calculated in the step 4. So according to Guy Kawasaki's experiment, the treatment was 21.42% better than the control, and the model was 99.13% certain that the treatment will improve the conversion rate. I've also added a tab on how to use the sheet if you would like to see the detailed steps. Finally, let's see 4 common mistakes to avoid while doing an A/B test. First, avoid making multiple changes in one go. Only test one variable at a time. Second, sample size should be at least 500 or considerably high for better results. Third, you should not use samples which are not representative of the population. Ideally, try to draw subjects from all parts of the day and week, different traffic sources, new and repeat visitors as well. And last, do not finalize the results as soon as they seem significant. Only stop the test when you have received a large enough sample size. There are other mistakes to avoid other than these, but these are the most commonly dealt with. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed learning this concept. If you have not received the password, I would suggest rewatching and without skipping till the end. Please share this video with someone who needs to watch this. Thanks.